Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome in. Hope you're having a good evening. Hope you guys had a great Christmas, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year, and all that good stuff. Hope you got to spend time with family, friends. Maybe you got to do some cool travel. Maybe you got something cool for Christmas. Never know. Uh, Kind of an unscheduled live tonight. Didn't really plan on it. Haven't been active on this channel for a while. Uh, but I'm kind of feel like I'm being held captive here. You know, uh, those of you who don't know, I live in the Houston area, and at the end of last month we had some tornadoes roll through, and kind of wreaked havoc on my house. But nothing too major. Luckily, I wasn't in the house. Nobody got hurt. Nobody was here. So thank God for that. So nobody got hurt. I'm doing well. The house got messed up. So I'm gonna have to go through that, and I'll get to all that. But what have I been up to? Well, this was a cruise channel, and did a lot of cruises for a little 2 or 3 year period. And but then I decided to change things up. Decided to branch out a little bit, do some land travel, and a place that I always wanted to travel to was Thailand. And I had visited Thailand briefly when I was in the Navy. It was one of our port visits way back in the '90s, and I really loved it. I thought it was a beautiful place. Kind of fell in love with it, and I had always wanted to go there after I retired. And of course, I retired in 2015 from the Navy, and you know, went through some little trials and tribulations there for a while. Had some ups and downs, so it just never did seem to materialize. And of course, then the whole uh, pandemic situation happened in 2020. So I ended up getting into cruising, and really loved it, enjoyed it, had a good time doing it. But the one thing about cruising that I didn't really like was the brief periods where you'd be in port overseas, and it's really hard to just get out and experience things. So that's why I wanted to do the land travel. I wanted to get out and do some in-depth traveling and really experience the place, spend a lot of time there. And so that's what I did. August, August of this past year, I made my first trip over there. Uh, went for like 3 weeks the first time. Then I went again in October for a month. And then I decided that I was going to go back at the end of December, and I was going to stay until April. And I was actually going to apply for my retirement visa over there. Get a, look into getting a condo, all of that. I was gonna make the move, But we'll say, got a couple of folks in the chat here. We'll say hey to real quick. Got Embarkation Nation in the house. Well, thank you. I am doing well. Like I said, I wasn't home when the tornado hit, and I'm going to tell that story here in a minute. But the house did get damaged, and so I'm kind of going through that, going through the whole insurance situation, getting contractors, but like I say, I'm going to get into all that. And we got the Bud Files in the house. Welcome in. It's always good to see the Bud Files. They're big supporters of a lot of channels, a lot of creators out there. So, but yeah, let me get back to the story. So yeah, I had my flight set up for December 27th, and like I say, my plan was to stay in Thailand until April. I was gonna apply for my retirement visa. I already reached out to an attorney over there, had already put down a deposit to get the documents ginned up, and because it is kind of a process over there, just like here. So the day before I left to go to the airport, we did have some storms, and some tornadoes did roll through. That was on the 26th of December, but it didn't hit our neighborhood. It kind of hit a little bit north. And then the 27th was the day I went to the airport. My flight was that evening, and I remember I talked to the Uber driver, and we were talking about the fact that there was a tornado advisory for the next day, and we were kind of joking around about that. So I get to the airport. Air Canada was who I was flying with, and I was going to fly up to Vancouver, and then from there fly over to Bangkok. And to get up to Vancouver, it's about a 3 or 4 hour flight, and then from Vancouver to Bangkok, you're looking at about a 16 and a half hour flight. So, I left Vancouver to head to Thailand around midnight. So I'm on the plane trying to sleep, couldn't really sleep. Started getting notifications on my phone from the security system saying there was a power outage, but I didn't really pay it much mind. I thought, well, okay, because we were always losing power. Um, but then I started seeing some messages on Facebook from my neighbors, but even then, because sometimes, let's be honest, sometimes people on social media, particularly Facebook, will exaggerate some things. So I thought, well, they're probably exaggerating. But my neighbor reached out and was like, "Hey, if you want, I'll go take some pictures of your house and let you know." And of course, they did. And I saw the pictures, and it wasn't pretty. Uh, wasn't as bad. Like some of my neighbors, they really got it bad. But so I'll share the pictures she sent right now, and we'll check that out real quick. And yeah, let me get rid of that. Okay, but yeah, so there's the first picture. Well, actually, that's the first picture right here, and you can kind of see there's damage on the garage door, and there's this right here. There's a board actually went through the garage door and into the drywall, and the outer glass broke on the windows. There's actually a hole in the hardy plank up here by the second story window, and so the rain gutters got all messed up, but not too bad overall. Not too bad. Not I mean, the house is still standing. Could have been a lot worse. And then right here, hole in the fence. You can see. Well, I don't know if you can really tell from this picture, but there was a water leak. The water line going into the house got messed up. Uh, so that was kind of bad. And then up here is a little close up. You can see the hole in the hardy plank. That hole actually goes all the way through the drywall on the inside, and you can see the broken glass there. Which luckily, that was just the outer, because it's double pane glass or double pane window, so it broke the outer glass, but not the inner glass. And then here you can see the hardy plank was ripped off, a pretty good sized section. Uh, so yeah, that's not good. And you can see some of the insulation got sucked out. Then this is looking into my backyard, and that whole back section of fence is just gone. And my neighbor's house back there, they actually had one of those really nice, uh, wooden like playground areas for the kids. It was one of those really nice, expensive ones, and that thing it just got sucked right out of there. And plus, they had one of those big trampolines, and that's just gone. And then let me see if there's anything. Well, that's pretty much that was the initial pictures that I got sent, and so I'm sitting on the plane. I still had several hours to go till I got to Bangkok, and so at that point, you can just forget going to sleep. So I stayed up the whole flight. And Embarkation Nation says, "What a headache! Glad you were not home in good spirits." Yeah, I can't imagine if I'd been in the house and witnessing all that and hearing the wind and the glass breaking and all that. I mean, obviously, I would have. I don't think I would have died. I wouldn't have got hurt or nothing because the glass didn't, the windows didn't break all the way. But it would have, it would have been pretty scary for sure. But yeah, so I get to Bangkok and start my trip. But now I already know I've got to I've got to turn right around and go back. Which means another 16-hour flight. And so I was in contact with the insurance people, and I was trying to work it out through emails, but that wasn't getting anywhere, and they weren't very empathetic or sympathetic to my situation being overseas, and a big part of the process is the adjuster has to come out and look at the house and assess the damage and come up with you know a dollar amount to get stuff done, and they're not going to do it if you're not there. So basically, I stayed for New Year's. We celebrated New Year's, and I was with my girlfriend. We celebrated, and then her birthday was January. Her and my birthday both were in January. So I stayed long enough for us to celebrate and all that, and then had to buy a ticket to come back. And but luckily, I was able to get a pretty reasonably priced business class ticket back. And I don't know if anybody's traveled business class before, but man, uh, on those long haul international flights, if you can afford it, that's the way to go because you can actually, the seat actually converts into a bed, and like each seat is like a little cubicle. You got your own pretty good sized TV desk. You don't even see the person next to you. You're kind of isolated. There's plenty of room. When they serve dinner, they bust out an actual tablecloth, and you have like real china, real silverware. So it was not bad to be able to lay down and actually sleep and relax on the way back. But it sucked. It sucked because I had to put everything on hold. I had to talk to the lawyer over there, let him know, hey, it's an emergency. I have to go back. So the whole visa situation is on hold until I get back, and so that's kind of the process I'm in now. So I made it back. January 8th is when I got back, and as soon as I got back, I hit the ground running. I was on the phone with the insurance people. I was getting contractors out, and luckily, I was able to find a guy, and his company. They have a lot of experience working with the insurance companies, and I guess he actually worked for the builder that built my house for a number of years, so he's pretty familiar with everything, the way these houses are constructed, all the vendors associated. So I caught a break there, and like I said, he can handle all the repairs. So the windows, the garage door, all of that. Um, oh yeah, and that's the other thing too. Like when I got back, uh, I didn't have water in the house because somehow or another the water line under the ground got messed up. So, but I got that restored. I paid a plumber. He came out, made a quick little patch, and so we got running water. But yeah, so now all I'm waiting for is the adjuster, and he's supposed to come out Monday, and so my contractor's he's gonna show up the same day, and he's already working up his estimate, and see if they can't come to some sort of agreement, and hopefully, if everything goes well, the money will get approved Monday, and work could start Tuesday, and so that's kind of where I'm at. I'm just kind of in a holding pattern. As soon as I know anything, I'm gonna which leads into my next thing is, what's next? Well, what's next is, once the repairs start to get made and once we get a timetable on when everything's going to get done, I'm going to buy a plane ticket, head back, and we'll restart the whole visa situation. Uh, I do have a temporary apartment over there. It's kind of a little month to month deal. It's nothing special, but it's cheap. And while we're looking for a condo or figuring out where we're going to live, because we're still trying to figure that out. Are we going to live in Jomtien? Going to live in Pattaya? Going to live in Udon Thani? So that's kind of where we're at right now. And so yeah, just waiting to figure out what the time frame is on the repairs, and then I'll head back and apply for my visa. If that gets approved, then I'll be able to stay the whole year, and then you just have to do like these 90-day report ins at the immigration office, and which is more or less just to recheck your paperwork, because a lot of the requirements for what it is they want to make sure that you have enough income to sustain yourself over there and not be a burden on the economy, because their government budget is nothing like the United States. So what little budget they have, they want to make sure that money's going to actual Thai citizens, which that's understandable. I can't blame them for that. And they want to make sure that you've got money to pay your rent, eat, all that good stuff. Pay for your medical bills, and if necessary, you got money to get yourself back to whatever country you came from. And so yeah, that's what I'm going to wait and see how that plays out. If I don't get it approved, then I'll have to shift my plans. But I feel pretty good about it getting approved. But either way, if as long as your passport's good, they give you 60 days to be in the country, just without a visa, and then you can apply for an extension, or you can do a border run, go over to Cambodia or Laos or whatever, leave for a couple days, come back for another 60. So that's an option too. But my daughter's wedding is in April, so I definitely have to come back to the States for that. And at some point, I will have to sell my house, or either that or rent it out. Because I don't want the house to just sit here without me in it. But and to me, it's just better off to get rid of it. And that's the other thing about making the move to Thailand is I've kind of had to rethink my whole philosophy on things. As far as like possessions, house, car, furniture, all of that stuff. And it's really expensive to ship things over there. So I've kind of, what I've opted to do is just get rid of everything, sell what I can, and whatever I can't, I'm just going to donate to church, Goodwill, give it away to friends, whatever, family. And I already sold my truck, and I caught a break there. I was able to get enough to pay it off with a little bit extra, so, and then the other thing is just getting rid of the house and sell it, rent it out, one way or the other. But so yeah, just goes to show you never know what's going to happen with travel. I did have to submit a travel claim. I had to travel because I did have a round trip plane ticket through Air Canada, and so obviously I used the first part of that, and then for the second part of it, I put in a travel claim with the travel insurance. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to get back from that. Hopefully I can get maybe $500 out of it, which I feel like is reasonable. Still waiting to hear on that. But that's why it's good to have the travel insurance because I mean, what are the odds, on a December tornado, or at least in this area? I can't remember having tornadoes this late in the year, but it happened, and then you go from tornadoes straight into winter weather where you got like hard freezes and you got to worry about wrapping your pipes and all of that good stuff. So yeah, it's been an interesting little experience. This is my first time having to file a claim on my homeowner's insurance. Thank God I had homeowner's insurance. I mean, I know some people don't have it, and let me tell you, there's some people in this neighborhood. They really got. I mean, their house. I know at least a couple of houses that just got leveled, and I can't even imagine what those people are going through. So you know, I'm feeling pretty good. It sucks that it happened, and it sucks that I've got to put all my plans on hold. But at the same time, I'm thankful that it wasn't, that it wasn't worse. Maybe I had been home, maybe I got hurt, maybe I got killed, maybe the house got leveled. You just never know. But yeah, that's why I decided to do a little live stream. I hadn't been on this channel in a while, and I've been kind of lurking on other people's channels. I mean, I've still been keeping up with a lot of fellow creators channels and stuff. I still watch cruise channels when I get a chance, see what's going on with things. But I hadn't put out any videos, and I hadn't really planned on putting out any videos, and certainly hadn't planned on doing any lives. But I just thought I would do this to fill people in, and so hopefully, if you're watching on the replay, if you didn't catch it live, that's what's going on. And if you got questions or anything, you want to reach out, you can definitely leave some comments after the video posts, and I try to answer anybody's questions or comments anyway when they leave them. But so yeah, that's what's been going on with me. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully this whole cleanup and rebuild goes smoothly, and I can get back to what what I was doing, get back to my plans. I was really looking forward to. I was all happy, going back over there. I felt like I was going to be there for a while, but here I am, right back where I started. But that's pretty much all I got. Uh, Cruising wise, I really haven't really thought about doing any cruises, but I have looked into doing some cruises out of Singapore because that would be the closest cruise terminal from where I will be living. I think Royal sails out of there, Princess, Holland America, or you could go down to. I mean, I guess I could go down to Australia. That's an option too. But who knows? I might dabble in that. You never know. But yeah, but I don't know. I think mainly though, I'm going to stick to the land travel for a while, explore more of Thailand. There's a lot to see, a lot to do, a lot of islands, a lot of cool beaches, a lot of temples. They actually have that movie. I don't know if anybody's watched that movie, A Bridge on the River Kwai. That was actually the real bridge. Is actually that was a real thing. That was a real location, and the bridge is actually there, and you can go take a tour of it. So I kind of like to check that out. And got the Embarkation Nation in. Stay safe. Look forward to your updates as you make your way back to Thailand. Well, yeah, I will definitely see if I can throw some updates. What I have been posting more on Instagram. So, and if anybody that's interested in that, it's same name as YouTube channel, except the only difference is it's VentureCast official on Instagram, and so I'll throw some pictures out there, throw some videos. Um, I did get rid of the VentureCast Facebook page, but I don't know. I'm just kind of focusing more on experiencing, living my life, and not being a creator as much. But we'll see. Once I get over there, once I've been there a while, maybe, who knows? Maybe I'll dip back into it. I think for me, I just started to get a little tired of the YouTube thing, because you go on a cruise and you're looking forward to it. You pay your money to go, and if you're a YouTube, a cruise tuber, if you will, you're always thinking about content and, well, gee, I need to do my cabin tour. I need to do a ship tour. I need to film this specialty restaurant. I need to come up with a plan every day, and sail away parties, and it starts to be way more of a job, than you are actually enjoying yourself and experiencing the cruise. So I think that's what it started to wear on me, and it's I think because in the beginning I think it was a fun little hobby, and then I think as you start to get more subscribers, and you start chasing the monetization thing, you try to do more, and make your videos better and get more content, and I don't know. For me, I think it just started to get started to wear on me a little bit. So that's why now I'm just content to just go with the flow, experience things, and I have to say it is a little bit more liberating. When I'm in Thailand now and I'm doing stuff, I'm not carrying around a camera, GoPro, things like that. I'm not thinking about that. I'm enjoying the moment, and I mean, granted, I'll still whip out my cell phone and I'll catch some video here and there, uh, and post. Like I said, I'll throw it on Instagram if I feel like it. But it's it's just one of those things. I don't know that I was ever really meant cut out for it. To be truthful, I don't have the personality for to be a YouTuber. I'm more of an introvert. Definitely, well, I'm a way more of an introvert than anything, and it's kind of difficult for a guy like me to break out of my shell, and you know do stuff like that. We agree. We took a step back as well after Utopia started taking over our life. Well, I can sympathize with that. That's a thing, it because you're always thinking about, oh, I want to get this, and you're worried about getting the best footage, and being in the right place at the right time, and it's almost like a script you're putting together. Like, you start to think about, okay, well, what am I going to do tomorrow? I'm going to get up, I'm going to eat breakfast, I'm going to go to the pool, maybe the hot tub. Oh, gee, I need to get some footage around here, around there, you know. And then when you're in, you hit a port, it's like, well, gee, I got to film the excursion, and it's, I don't know. Like I said, for me, it just started to. It's like, man, I don't know. Do I really want to be doing this all the time? I really like to just be relaxing right now? I'd really like to be just one of the passengers walking around, not worried about it. But some people are. I think some people are just natural. There's some people that are naturals at it, and they just like boom, boom, boom. I mean, I can remember being on the Jubilee uh, for that New Year's cruise and seeing EECC Travels, just kind of sitting back watching those two, and they're just like, but I mean, they've been doing it for so long. I'm sure they've got it down to a science. I mean, they roll in, boom, they're getting their footage, and they're doing their sound bites here, and oh yeah, cabin tour real quick, and it's like, wow, they're they and I guess that's why their channel's so successful, and God bless them. I love watching their videos. I think it's a good thing. I like I said, I just don't know that I would ever, And then the other thing too, it starts to get repetitive. It's like, okay, every cruise now I've got to do a cabin tour, got to do a ship tour, I got to, and it's like, not that you have to do it, but you just feel like, oh, if I don't do it, I'm going to miss out. Uh, or people are going to be like, oh, why didn't you do that? So yeah, that's. But I'm always going to travel. Uh, hey, destination fun in the house. Welcome in, welcome in. Just giving a little recap of what's been going on. The traveling ventures in Thailand, tornadoes, rebuilding the house, that kind of thing. Uh, yes, watching them work was I. Yeah, I mean, uh, but like I say, they've been doing it for a long time, and I think those two. I mean, they've got a good chemistry as a couple to begin with, and I don't know if they had a background in this kind of thing before, but they just seem natural at it. But you can tell the success. Look at the success of their channel. So uh, I don't know. I thought about doing some other kind of channels. At one point in time, I thought about doing like a true crime channel because I used to be an investigator in the Navy, and that kind of stuff really interests me. And I feel like, and that's the kind of thing you can sit down and you can do a live stream and talk about things like that, and you don't feel like you're missing out on life. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got. I think I'm probably gonna wrap it up. Been going for about 30 something minutes, but yeah, I just thought I'd give a update on the situation. They started. Yeah, I saw that. I saw they put a video out about that. Well, plus they have a food channel. I know Jason's got that food channel. Now they got the Disney channel, and then I think she even had like a workout channel for a while. I don't know if she's still doing that, but you know they've got it down. And then I know he's got like they started some video editing business. So it's pretty crazy. Well, I appreciate it. If you want, it's like I said, I'm not going to be going doing lives too regularly. But I just thought I'd throw one out now since I'm in limbo. I'm kind of like in purgatory, just I'm hoping I get my house fixed so I can get back to living life. I was supposed to be in Thailand until April, and now I'm back in good old New Caney, Texas, enjoying this freezing weather. That's I think that's driving me nuts too, because it's like, I talk to my girlfriend, and we're always video chatting, and she's like, oh, doing this, and oh, the weather was this, and sending me pictures, and I'm over here like, well, shit, I'm over here. I got to wrap my pipes, and I got to throw an Arctic jacket on just to go to Walmart. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I still watch everybody's channels. I'm still lurking. I may not comment, I may not be active, but I still keep an eye on our little circle, our little community. Uh, I'm always interested to see what everybody's doing. I may not watch all the time, but when I get a moment or two, I check up on everything. Hey, Will, welcome in. Driving and listening. Well, be careful out there. I don't know where you're driving. I don't know what the weather is, but be careful. And we've cut back on lives too. Yeah, lives are, it's For me, it's always tough because I'm always by myself, and it's hard, man. It's hard when you're on a live stream by yourself to just keep going and uh, come up with enough topics so you're not running out of things to say 10 minutes into the live. But that's the other thing, the other part of it too. But hey, y'all, thanks for stopping by, and if anybody's watching the replay, hey, thanks for watching. And if anybody wants to find out what's going on, you can always drop a comment in my videos, and I'll get to it sooner or later. Heading to Galveston. So is that going on a cruise, or y'all just gonna hang out in Galveston for a few days or something? Getting on the Jubilee, maybe. But yeah, we had our little apartment. Like I said, it was just a little cheap apartment there. Nothing fancy. But my goal was to find a condo, because I mean they got really really nice resort style condos over there for a one bedroom will run you. You can get a nice one bedroom for like $400, and if you want to get like a two bedroom, $700, and they have these awesome pools, gyms. They all have security. Oh, Mariner of the Seas, huh? That's that's one thing I will miss. I will miss going on Royal. I have to say Royal was my favorite. Always enjoyed their ships. Not that Carnival was terrible or anything. I mean, I did love the Jubilee. I did love the Vista. Those were my two favorite ships. But I don't know. There was just something about being on a Royal ship. I will say this: that I don't know what it is, but anytime I set foot on a Royal Caribbean ship, they always had a certain smell. You could blindfold me and and put me on a Royal. I would be able to tell. I don't know what type of. I meant to ask him about that. What cleaners they were using. I'd like to use that in my house, but uh, wow, it's a good price. Yeah, it's amazing over there. Uh, driving is a different story over there. I still haven't worked the courage up to get behind the wheel over there, and it's mostly just because the people on the scooters, they just don't care, and you just never know where they're going to pop up at. Uh, but yeah, that's what we were doing. We had a little I got to enjoy the little temporary apartment for a while. We had a nice little pool. It was in walking distance of all kinds of you know really good restaurants. That's one thing too. The eating, the food over there was awesome. Well, you can, but it'd be scary here. Uh, the smell, Saint. Yes, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I'd love to know what cleaners they or where they're getting it. Is there? It's just a very I just instantly get in a good mood. When I set foot on a royal ship and I smell that whatever that smell is, it just puts me in a good mood no matter what's going on. And I did love Playmakers. And I did love a Zumi. Zumi, I'm not a big sushi eater, but for some reason when I'm on Royal, uh, I always feel like I got to go to a Zumi. Oh yeah, and well, Chops was always good too. Chops and a Zumi was like my main two. I think they pump it in like Disney does. Yeah, that was the other thing too. I was supposed to go on a Disney cruise in I think this coming October, the Disney Wish. but that's out. It was just it was too much money. I couldn't justify you know, and it was only like a 3-day cruise, and it was going to cost me more than the Utopia, and it's crazy. And they don't even have a drink package. I don't know, but my sister and her family, they're really big into Disney, and they invited me to go. I guess they're all going, but I can't go. It's just it's too much, and there's no casino, and not that I have to gamble, but I'm just sitting around thinking like, what am I going to be doing? Because I'm just not a big Disney person. No offense. I mean, if people love Disney, knock yourself out. But um, I was just like, well, I mean, what? I mean, granted, it was only a 3-day cruise, so it's not like I would have been suffering for too long. But yeah. But all right, folks, I'm gonna get out of here. It's almost 45 minutes. But like I said, thanks for everybody that popped in, and like I say, you can always throw a question in the comments, and get a hold of me that way, or on Instagram. Also, Instagram is that's where I've been putting most of my travel content these days. If I do something, if I shoot a short little video, I think that's more my speed these days. Is like if I'm out somewhere and we go to like a amusement park or go to some historical site or something, I'll do like a quick video, drop that on Instagram. That's where you can see what I'm up to, and it's the same name. It's VentureCast Official. So yeah, exactly. I mean, that's too much. Too much. I mean, so yeah, I canceled it, and I think my sister and them was thinking I was going to reschedule it or rebook it, but I haven't done it, and I think they'll figure it out sooner or later. But I guess maybe I should tell them, but I've been kind of avoiding that conversation. Have a good night, everybody. Good to see you. Well, I appreciate that. I do miss some of the conversations and some of the live streams we used to do, and going on the Z show, and that's another thing too. I really hope that Z, you know, does gets better. I don't know all the details of his situation, but I really hope he gets better. And you know, it's kind of a thing you get used to, seeing the Z show live streams. And then when they're not there, it's like, damn, where'd Z go? But yeah, it's good seeing all you guys. And like I said, I'm a lurker. If you guys are doing live streams, or you guys are putting out content, more than likely I'll be checking it out. Um, of course, I don't know if I get stuck here too much longer, I might start doing some lives. I mean, it's really it's almost I don't want to say depressing, but it's just like I'm stuck here in this house, and I'm just waiting on stuff to get done, waiting on insurance money, and I'm itching. I'm itching to get back to Thailand, because I had a plan, and I was working on something, and I just feel like I'm missing out. And then it sucks when you're reduced to doing video calls with your girlfriend, and it's like, man, I want to be over there. And plus, you see all the nice weather they're having, and here it's just like we don't even get any sunlight around here lately. I don't know understand what's happening, but we can all hop on a live together. Well, I'd be down to do that. While I'm here. I don't know. I can't really contribute much in the way of cruise conversation, but I can definitely, give you some horror stories on traveling while your house is getting hit by a tornado, I can fill you in on that. Uh, I can tell you about business class flying. A 15-hour flight in business class. That's that if you're gonna do a 15, 16 hour flight and you can afford that extra thousand or two for a ticket, I highly recommend it because man, I tell you what, that it was almost like not even being on a plane. I tell you, I mean, oh, that's another thing too. They bust out an actual comforter. So like when you lay the seat down and you're like laid all the way out, instead of that little terrible blanket that you get with in economy class with the rest of the peasants, they bust out a thick comforter. They give you a full size pillow, not the little travel pillow. It's like you're getting like a my pillow type thing, and like pajamas. They give you pajamas. They give you slippers. They gave me like an Armani uh, little amenity bag, which was pretty cool. Uh, so highly recommend it. I know it's expensive. I'll probably never get to do business class ever again. But if you're doing one of those 13, 14, 15 hour long haul flights, and you're looking at it, and it's like, okay, I can get the economy ticket for 1800, or I can get the business class for 3800, 4500. I don't know, man. I'd say do it once, anyway, just for the experience. But yeah, the terrible blank. Yeah, I was just shocked at the at the and the level of service that you get is compared to being an economy. Oh my God. Uh, I mean, as soon as you get on board, like I did a bit more sit down, and the lady was bringing me a Heineken, with a real glass, and it was like all you could drink basically, within reason, of course. But and then they had their own. We had our own like set of restrooms up there that were like way bigger. You know, it was like a little apartment in there. But yeah, I was glad to get that experience. That's one of the silver linings that happened out of this whole little travesty. Oh, Amsterdam. Well, see, that's a place I wouldn't mind checking out. I had an opportunity to go there, when I was in the Navy, but I missed out on that. But that might be a opportunity to spring for it. Live the good life once. But yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up and go enjoy some more White Claws and see what I can get into. But appreciate everybody that dropped in. And like I say, if you're watching the replay, thanks for watching. I'll be around the way. Maybe there'll be another surprise live stream. Who knows? Maybe I'll do something this weekend. I've got nothing going on this weekend. Might be a good time. Do some prime time kind of stuff. But that's all I got, folks. And I will see you guys later. Hope you're having a great week. Hope you're staying safe from any kind of natural disasters. And I will see you guys later. Take care, everybody.